Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this seminar. Let me introduce myself. My name is Aisyah Eka. It is great pleasure for me to guide this seminar. In her presentation, Diva Sania Lukman. She is from Palu. She is a student of State University of Malang. She will be present a paper, Student Anxiety in Speaking English by Septy Indrianty. We have 6 minutes to listen her presentation. Q&A session will be uploaded in the next video. For Diva Sania Lukman, time is yours.
Hello everybody, I hope you well and thank you Aisyah for the introduction. Now from here, I'm Diva Sania Lukman, gonna take the seminar and explain about the materials. Okay, so we're gonna talk about student anxiety. Student anxiety in speaking English, a case study in one hotel and tourism college in Bandung. But first, let us see the introduction. So, English is an official language of the United Nations and many other international organizations, including the International Olympic Committee. Second, in fact, English by far the most widely spoken language in the hospitality industry, and that is why English is currently the language most often taught as a foreign language. Now let's see what is the purpose of the author study, why the author create this article or create this research. First, the study intends to investigate the student anxiety in English speaking class, and second, to answer these two following questions. The first one is, what kinds of anxiety do the student experience in speaking English? And the second one is, what are the sources of student anxiety in speaking English? But let us see the literature review first. The first one is, in the teaching of foreign language context, the definition of speaking indicates that speaking is a skill and as such, it needs to be developed and practiced independently. The second one is, regarding speaking a foreign language, most of the students experience a feeling of anxiety in the process of learning a foreign language. And the third one is, language anxiety is viewed as one of the hindrances for language learners from their successful achievement and a high level of proficiency in a foreign language. Now, let us talk about the categories of anxiety. First, we have trait anxiety, and trait anxiety where someone or students in a situation where he or she is exposed to, and it creates an anxious feeling. And that kinds of feeling, the anxiety feelings of a person's characters, is a permanent feeling where it's impossible to get rid. Second, we have state anxiety. State anxiety is experienced at the particular moment in time as a response of a definite situation. And the last one, we have specific situation anxiety. It's defined as an individual tendency to be anxious in a particular time and situation. Now, let us see the types of foreign language anxiety based on the observation and interview that the authors already done. Well, it is found that there are two types of anxiety. Foreign language anxiety, which are trait anxiety and state anxiety, and both types of anxiety occurred on the students when they had to perform speaking skills. And now here we have respondent 6 and respondent 5 talking about their experience in a performed speaking task. Respondent 6 said that every time I have to speak in front of many people, I'm always nervous, not only for English subject but also other subjects like management or accounting, because I feel that I cannot because I'm incapable, where it shows like the respondent 6 anxiety. And respondent 5 said that I am very uncomfortable if I have to answer a question or to deliver my idea. Sometimes I know the answer, but if I have to share it in English, my lips are closed. I don't want my friends to laugh at me because of my English pronunciation, so I just smile and wait until someone answers or until the teacher gives a clue. Next, we have source of foreign language anxiety, and there are three main sources of this. First, there is communication apprehension, where Horwitz 1986 stated that communication apprehension is a type of shyness characterized by fear of anxiety. and it is channeled through acts of avoiding and fear affect in both mental and physical. The second one, we have test anxiety, and this refers to a type of performance of anxiety where it results from a fear of failure and believed to be one of the most important aspects of negative motivation. And the last one, we have fear of negative evaluation. This anxiety came from the expectation that others will evaluate them negatively, where the concern lays in the opinion from important people such as teachers, friends, or parents. Here we have the evidence from respondent 3, and respondent 3 talking about his experience in communication apprehension. First, respondent 3 said to speak in English is definitely tough, especially if I have to speak in front of the teacher. That is why it is better for me to sit down and remain quiet in the class so that the teacher will not appoint me to speak. Well, from the experience of respondent 3, where they said sit down and remain quiet in the class so that the teacher will not appoint me to speak, is a mental effect from communication apprehension. While she said that I am jittery whenever I have to speak in English. My feet always tremor, my heart is pounding hard, and are the only sounds out from my mouth. In the end, I forgot everything and just swearing aloud. It is totally uncomfortable, and it's a physical effect from communication apprehension. Next, we have evidence from respondent 5, where respondent 5 talked about the experience of test anxiety. Respondent 5 said, when it comes to any English test, I'm just too anxious because of the pressure that my English result will determine my career. I really want to work abroad, but I'm always afraid that my English is not good enough to support me. And based on the evidence from respondent 5, we can see that it indicates that the anxiousness is highly associated with the fear of doing badly. Next, we have respondent 2 and respondent 3 talking about their experience in fear of negative evaluation. Respondent 2 said, I am nervous and I'm not confident with my take action, and that respondent 2 said it's better for respondent 2 to stay silent and play safe. While respondent 3 said that at first I was confident enough, however when I saw my friends, I was discouraged because I felt that they are better than me. I was worried about what they're going to think about me, and often when I made mispronunciation, they were laughing because of the way I say it. And from the evidence of respondent 2 and respondent 3, we can see that it's the evidence that the author already explained about the fear of negative evaluation. Okay, so I guess I already answered the 2 questions that we talked about before, and I've explained about some evidence. So I'm giving this seminar back to Aisyah. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now at the end of the interesting presentation. For the Q&A session, you are welcome to ask questions in comment section below. Please ask questions briefly and clearly. The question will be answered in the next video. Let me summarize the results student of anxiety in speaking English. Type of anxiety were found that here occurred 2 types of anxiety, namely trait anxiety and state or situational anxiety. The students' anxiety in English speaking class was caused by 3 main sources of anxiety. There are communication apprehension, test anxiety, and fear of negative evaluation. Well, thank you for Diva because of the excellent presentation, and thank you all for your participation. See you in the next video.